Coming up on MCTV this week, how the death of a Colorado student is teaching students around the country about the dangers of hazing, and the surprising truth about one of our country's most beloved first ladies. This week starts now. Welcome to MCTV This Week. For Cameron Line, I am Cindy Herrera. Last Wednesday, Monmouth College students had a wake-up call regarding the devastating effects of hazing. Morgan Ryan has more on the story.
The Gordy Day presentation held in Dahl Chapel centered its message around a young man from Colorado whose wish to join a fraternity quickly turned into tragedy. Lynn Gordon Bailey, otherwise known as Gordy, fell into hazing, peer pressure, and excessive drinking almost immediately after arriving to campus at the University of Colorado Boulder. Just 3 weeks upon his arrival, Gordy Bailey died face down on the floor with no one to call for help. Gordy's death was a direct result of hazing and alcohol poisoning, and his story hit home for several Monmouth College fraternity and sorority members.
It hits me hard, it hits me hard at home just because there was so many steps they could have taken to prevent this, and if they did take those steps to prevent it early on, they wouldn't have been in as much trouble as they were now.
Every year, 700,000 college students are injured and 1,700 students die as a result of alcohol abuse. The mission of this presentation was to encourage students to call for help if they witness any acts of hazing on campus or see someone with signs of alcohol poisoning.
I think it is good to show them, just to educate them, that this kind of event does occur. Hazing is real, even though it might not happen on the Monmouth College campus. It does happen other places. And just to educate people and to give them warning signs and to give them signs of what is hazing, where does it happen, when does it happen, who to contact if it does happen.
For more information about hazing prevention and identifying signs of alcohol poisoning, visit hazingprevention.org or call their hotline at 1-800-NOT-HAZE. For MCTV, I'm Morgan Ryan.
This event was sponsored by the Office of Student Involvement.
Last Friday, Monmouth College got the chance to hear secret information from Dr. Lewis Gould about Edith Roosevelt. Gould revealed information from Edith Roosevelt during her time in the White House, which could prove that she had negative feelings about African Americans. In one letter to her son, she used racial slurs to describe her encounters with African Americans. Dr. Gould started doing research on First Ladies in 1981 and has been working on that topic ever since.
So I thought that it would be useful for teachers and students at Monmouth to hear what I was saying nationally at the National Archives, to bring them up to date on the newest research that I was conducting on Edith Roosevelt, because I believe that it's wise to share the latest findings with my colleagues and their students here at Monmouth College.
For more information on the First Ladies, you can visit Dr. Lewis Gould in his office in the basement of Wallace Hall.
Taking a look at some events on campus this week. Tomorrow night, as part of their Coffee House series, ASAP will host spoken word poet John Good. Show starts at 9 p.m. in the Underground with an open mic to follow. Roll over to this Saturday's ASAP Late Night, as the Rainbow Roller Rink admission is free from 10 to midnight. And Sunday afternoon, the Chamber Orchestra presents their fall concert in Dahl Chapel at 2 p.m.
Coming up next in sports, it was senior day. We'll take a look at the game next.
Hey, wait a minute. Where do you think you're going? Yeah, that's right. Over here, Tiger. Where do you think you're going without washing your hands? No one likes a dirty boy. Come on and turn me on. You know you want to. That toilet you just used, it carries 2 million bacteria per inch. Yuck. Ooh, yeah, that's it. Wash those hands. Ooh, soap. Yeah, use soap. Ooh, scrub them good. Come back and see me anytime.
The Fighting Scots played in a high-scoring football game last Saturday on Senior Day against the Ripon Redhawks. A high-scoring game for Monmouth may not have been expected after 0 touchdowns were scored in the first quarter, but junior Jack Porter decided to change that in the middle of the second quarter with an interception that quickly turned into the first Monmouth touchdown, making the score 7-7 after a Hendricks kick. Monmouth scored 3 touchdowns towards the end of the first half, along with a second Ripon touchdown, bringing the score 28-14, with Monmouth leading at halftime. The Scots benefited from 7 turnovers by Ripon in this game. Trey Oakham scored his second touchdown of the game late in the third quarter, with freshman Thomas Brock following his lead just 4 minutes later, making the score 42-14 in Monmouth's favor. The 7th and final touchdown for the Scots was scored in the fourth quarter, and the Scots won 49-21. The Scots will play in their final game of the season in Galesburg on Saturday against rival Knox College. While winter is right around the corner, the Monmouth men's basketball team is heating up for their Midwest Conference season. MCTV's Mike Oshevsky has more.
Monmouth's men's basketball begins its 114th season as the Scots take on Central College at home this Friday for the first game of their 23-game season. The Scots, who have won 7 individual Midwest Conference titles since the program began in 1899, haven't won a Midwest Conference championship since the 1989-1990 season. Going into the 2013-2014 regular season, the men's basketball program looks to end their 24-year drought, hoping to make this year one for the record books.
I think our strongest points are going to be able to play together better. I think this team has just gotten really close after preseason and just now with the first couple practices.
As Monmouth rebounds from last year's 7-16 season, they return no seniors and just 1 junior. With a young team, Monmouth has been working on improving both offensively and defensively.
Offensively, we have so many different kinds of weapons, and from shooters to drivers to big men's in the post, so that's always getting better for us.
We don't really have that one strong score. It's kind of have to be like we're going to score by committee this year, and I think we do a good job of that, finding the guy that's on a hot streak.
Beginning his 3rd season, head coach Todd Scrivseth is optimistic about his young team.
You know, right now we're getting really good ball movement, but it's not necessarily the exact type of ball movement. We need to, you know, get more interior passes. We got to get more post touches right now. You know, we need more guys willing to put the ball on the floor and get into the paint and draw help and kick the ball, you know, to open shooters.
Monmouth's men's basketball season opener against the Dutch begins at 7 p.m. in the Glennie Gymnasium. And again on Saturday, the Scots face off against Eureka College beginning at 7 p.m. For more information about the men's basketball team, visit monmouthscots.com. For MCTV, I'm Mike Oshevsky.
That's it for sports. Here are your scores for this week. That's it for MCTV this week. I'm David Beidel.
And I'm Cindy Herrera. Join us next week on Wednesday for an all-new MCTV.
And remember, you can find us on the web 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at monmouthcollege.edu/MCTV. I'm Cameron Lyon, and that's the news for this week.